red button.
Cool. Okay. Let's zoom this a little bit. That's the syllabus right there. No, I can't. All right. This is me. I'm Langshall. I'm an AT instructor. How to get a hold of me if you need to. I'm available on Skype. I'm here usually 15 to 30 minutes before class. You're welcome to come up to me then, and I usually hang out after class. I'm thinking about going over to HLAC because I need to lose some weight, so I need to do that after class. Email, best to get a hold of me at alangshall@comcast.net. My mail address forwards to that. This is a Google phone number, 801-413-3921. The thing to know about that is it will prompt you for your name. They'll say, who should I say is calling? And you just tell them your name and that you're in my class. And when I answer the phone, it'll actually tell me that, so I don't think you're a telemarketer. Or it's a really neat feature. Things to know about this course. This course fulfills the fine arts requirement for general education. So on your transcript, you get a little FA for taking this course. The description of this course. It introduces students with no previous film training to historical, technical, and aesthetic developments of film within its cultural context. Film genres are examined. Some materials presented are R-rated. So the things I think you need to be able to do. You need to be able to describe films based on their artistic nature. So you need to be able to talk about art. What makes a film art? Students will know key terms used in the film industry and be able to apply them successfully to their film viewing experience. So that falls into criticism. You need to be able to talk about what it is that you see. Students will understand film as an art form, a business, and a culturally shared experience. So I want you to get an understanding of the business of film, multi-million dollar, billion-dollar business, right, that you can get into. Salt Lake Community College prides itself on technical education for film. We have an excellent 2-year film program. If you are really interested in it, you can sign up for beginning film production, and they will hand you a camera the first day and say, go shoot stuff and teach you how. A business and a culturally shared experience. We all go to the movies. We all see movies. That means that we influence movies. The movies that we see are often about cultural events that we all know about, and the opposite is true. We are shaped by what we see in movies. That's pretty powerful. If everybody sees an art form and it influences how everyone thinks, that's pretty powerful. Hopefully not everybody thinks that there are vampires out there in this sport. It's a danger that you have to understand. Okay, here's the big, bold part at the bottom that you need to be very concerned about and understand, because I don't want there to be any sort of misunderstanding about this. This is very, very important. Please note that some films we will view may be considered controversial and will carry an R rating. These films have been selected for their artistic and historical merit, though I do understand and respect individuals who choose not to view certain materials. No accommodations will be made for content. Consider this carefully before continuing on with the course. You will watch R-rated movies in this course. There will be nudity, sex, and violence, hopefully kept to a minimum. I am not doing this capriciously. I'm not saying, oh, hey, I've got this film class and let's show them a lot of violence and sex and nudity and offend and shock them, because it's not what I want to do. But the filmmakers that we will study and the films that we will watch, the majority of them will carry an R rating. So be forewarned. If you have problems with that, come talk to me. Okay, what is it that we're going to do about our work together? Things like grades. Again, there's a little blurb about, we can kind of skip this, but we're going to construct our ideas together. I'm not going to stand up here and lecture very much, a little bit. But again, you know more about film as a group than I know as an individual. We're going to take advantage of that. So our classes will consist of the following activities. We will pick films, and when I say we, it will be we. We will look at what things do we want to study and select films appropriate to that. We will have small group and long group discussions. We will do wiki maintenance and assignments, and I'll explain that in a minute. We will make decisions about where we're going to go, and we will prepare to discuss things online. One of the things I've found in large courses like this, 30, 40 people, is that sometimes you can't get the discussions that you would like to have. We're also limited by time. So one of the things that's integral to this course is there is an online discussion that you participate in and get graded for doing that helps to broaden it out. It also helps when you know, if you're like me and you're here at 8 in the morning and you're half awake, to be able to have a discussion later on after you've thought about the class, after you've been able to absorb some of the ideas, is really helpful. This kind of student-directed learning requires preparation, participation, and attendance in order to be successful. My job is to provide a framework. So I build the website, I give you the ideas that we can talk about, I give you how to do it. You come in with what it is that you want to learn and what you've learned outside and bring it together. And thus we generate knowledge. So I provide a framework, and I also have to give you criteria for how you do those things. That's called your grade. That's how we assess you. I will assign readings that tie into our learning, and officially I say that the textbook is recommended but not necessary. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Good. Okay, the important part, how do you get graded? So the big chunk of your grade, it goes 40, 40, 10, 10. The big chunk of your grade is the wiki project. Anybody done a wiki project in another class? Anyone know what a wiki project is? Anyone know what a wiki is?
I know what Wiki Spaces is.
What's wiki spaces?
Website, website.
It's a place where you can make a website. Good, okay. A wiki is a collaboratively generated website. Canvas provides a space where we can generate content together. You can go out and learn about a subject with your group or as an individual. You can bring it there, you can change groups, you can edit it, you can structure it, you can add more, you can take stuff away as a group. It's fantastic. And it's easy. If you can use Word, you can do this. If you can't use Word, you can probably still do this. So we're going to generate a course wiki. I've seen this done in other classes. I saw this done in a film class at Westminster, and it's kind of copied a little bit. I changed a little bit, and I'm excited. The person who came up with the idea is excited. So we're going to generate a course wiki based on the content that's relevant to our objectives. So the things that we want to learn about, we're going to create content and make. We're generating a textbook essentially, so we don't have to use the one that's assigned us. There's going to be two major projects. You're going to have a group project that describes a particular aspect of film production or criticism. So, you're going to be, there's 40, we're capped at 40, there's going to be 10 groups, 3 to 4 people in each group. And you're going to be given, or choose, a subject. Editing, sound design, music, mise-en-scène, the studio system, all subjects that are of interest in an intro to film class. You're going to create a page, and your page is going to describe that idea in your own words. You can borrow references, you can put in pictures, you can put in video, you can put in sound, you can add all this stuff to this project. And then the films, so your group is going to be an expert on that one element of film. Your group is also going to investigate the films that we watch in that one specific area. So if your group is doing sound and we watch a film in class, your group is responsible on the entry for that particular film to generate a description of the sound of that film. you're doing lighting, you're going to be responsible for lighting of that film. And we're going to switch at some point so that you're not doing the same thing all the time. That's first half of the semester. We're going to be doing that. The second half, any questions so far? Anybody completely lost yet? Make sense? Okay, so that's the first half of the semester. Second half of the semester, you're going to pick one director as an individual, and you're going to generate a page about that one director. 40 students, we should be able to come up with 40 directors. No fighting over Michael Bay. So it gets graded this way. For the group project, I'm going to keep up on it weekly. You're going to be working on it every week. Part of the reason I'm doing it this way is because as you study later on in college and you have these big projects, it's better to be in the habit of working on something every week than to come to the last 3 days of the semester and write that 15-page paper during those 3 days. So we're going to model better habits of doing things by actually working on it every week. And we will work out a rubric for what that looks like, what you're expected to do. We'll work that out together, and then you will do that every week, and that'll be 10% of your total grade. It will come from that weekly maintenance during the first half of the semester. Then there will be a freeze. And the way I'm going to do the freeze is the wiki gets frozen about a week before midterm is due. And I will grade what you have up to that point and give you suggestions on what would raise your grade if that's necessary. You can either take the grade that you have, or your group can implement those suggestions and then submit it to be regraded. So you have the opportunity to know what it is that would get you an A and then do that, right? Okay. And then your individual project works the same. You need to work on it every week, and then 10% of your total grade at the end will come from that. We'll develop how we do that and how we grade that in class. You will have input. Okay? Now, my other class is film and culture. I structured their syllabus almost identically. They're doing different concepts though because they're film and culture. They're more interested, we're interested in art. They're interested in how film affects us culturally. We're going to talk about a lot of the same things, but we're going to talk about structure of film, and they're going to talk about how film influences culture. Sometimes their stuff will be interesting to us. Sometimes our stuff will be interesting to them. So our work is going to be cross-linked. You can access the Film and Culture Wiki through Canvas. Film and Culture can access your wiki through Canvas. Cool? Sure. All right. Use it as reference material, but don't edit or disturb their work, because you are not them, and they will get upset at you. Late work on the wiki will not be accepted, just flat out, because you're going to basically be coached through every week. So there should be no reason for you to be submitting any late work. One other thing that's not on here, Film 110 at Westminster College is Intro to Film History and Aesthetics. It's similar to this class, but it has a different focus. They're interested in seeing our work, so we're going to open the wiki so that they can see what we're doing, and we're going to look at their wiki and see what they're doing and use each other as references. Cool? Any questions about this? It's big, it's a little complicated, but basically you're going to be doing the work in creating what it is that you want to know and what you're interested in. Good?
Will you show us how?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there will be lots of tutorial and demonstration, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, next important bit, weekly online discussion. So every week, we will discuss a course topic. We'll assign it on a Thursday. You have until next Tuesday to post. The nice thing about Canvas is that it automatically tells you, you can set up so that it emails you and reminds you to do it. You can also set it up, I have it set up so that the discussion just shows up as being graded. This is a lot better than having other tools like, I've used Yahoo Groups for something similar in the past, and it's really difficult to see, okay, I've graded this, I haven't graded this. This streamlines things. So, topics posted on a Thursday, you have until this meeting, Tuesday morning, to respond to that topic. And then, you need to reply to somebody else's post by Thursday. Does everyone see how that timeline works? Topic gets posted on a Thursday, you have until the following Tuesday to post on that topic, and then you need to reply to somebody else by the following Thursday. In all, you post you need to post at least twice in order to get credit for that week. Posts are graded credit, no credit. You either get it or you don't. And your college students, be responsible. This film sucks is not going to get credit. This film sucks because the cinematography was lousy, the sound was off, and, you know, give a reason. Be in depth, give a little understanding. I'm fairly generous with grading credit, no credit. But do college level work. Contribute to our community, right? Be coherent, grammatically correct, and thoughtful. If you're offensive, vulgar, or rude, I will kick you out. Fair warning. Don't need that in a college level course. Any questions? And the ultimate arbiter of what's offensive, vulgar, or rude is me. If you think it will piss me off, then probably don't do it. Or talk to me about it beforehand. Say, I'm going to post this thing. Do you think it's all right? Do not physically threaten people on the discussion group. I have actually had that happen in class, where somebody threatened to pull another student out in the parking lot and punch him.
What?
Oddly enough, because the other student was commenting about me, personally. I'm like, I don't care, you can, but it escalated and was not good. At the end of the semester, you have to write a 3 to 5 page paper in MLA format. It goes in your e-portfolio, and it describes how you have grown, learned as a student in this course. What has your journey been through this experience? If it's been lousy, I apologize. Like policy on essays, if you hand it in one class period early, you get a 10% bonus right off the top. If you hand it in one class period late, you get 10% off. 2 class periods late, you get 20% off. And I don't accept essays that are more than 2 class periods late. Any questions about that? Cool. Next section is about your grade. Oh, there's one more element of your grade, participation. Participate. And you get 10% of your grade. I usually do this as deductive, so if you slack off, are offensive, beat somebody up in the parking lot, I usually deduct it from your participation grade. Grading scale is pretty standard. You have to attend one of the first 2 class periods. Hi, you're here, that's good. Otherwise, I administratively drop you because it's a high demand course, although the wait list disappeared this morning, which was really cool. Anybody on the wait list, by the way? No, good, I don't have to deal with that. I will not take formal attendance after the first week. You are adults. Please know that I start on time. 8 a.m. class starts. I'm up here, we're doing stuff. Plan appropriately. I understand that things come up. The best thing, let's see, let's just go through this. Collective environment, your fellow classmates are relying on you for your participation expertise. When you are not here, your group can't talk about stuff together. Your insights aren't shared with the rest of us. So we value you, come to our class. I may dock your participation grade if you're constantly tardy or absent. I will talk to you about it first before it happens. And in any case, talk with me if something comes up. I have a 3-year-old, soon to be 4. I totally get that sometimes life throws you a curveball and you need to go do something now. It may happen to me this semester. But it is best for you to communicate that with me than for me to find out about it after I posted your final grade and can't do anything. Okay, talk to me about stuff that comes up as it comes up. Any questions so far? I know this is really dry stuff. I apologize. We'll get through it. It's almost done. Or we'll leave after this. We're not going to hang around like the entire class period. Film and culture, on the other hand, is going to hang around the entire class period. Just some really basic stuff about how I expect you to behave. Be responsible with electronic devices. That doesn't mean put your cell phone away and never use it. It means that we're in a discussion, be in the discussion, not talking on the phone. If you notice at the beginning of class, I do tend to use electronic devices for class purposes. So cell phones, laptops, etc. are encouraged when you're using them responsibly. Discuss ideas and not people. Talk in a mature manner. As a communal activity, and because it's 8 a.m. in the morning, you can bring food and drink. I don't mind, except if it's smelly or noisy. If you start irritating other classmates because you brought fish first thing in the morning, I'll ask you to remove it and probably spray with Lysol. Clean up after yourself, be adults. If you abuse this privilege, I have the right to take it away. And the golden rule, just treat each other the way you would like to be treated. And this will be a wonderful experience for you. Cheating and plagiarism. We'll have a big, long course discussion about what citation you need to use and how to cite for a wiki and how to get ideas from other people into your work. If you cheat, you fail. That's the bottom line. If you plagiarize, you probably fail. Don't. We'll go over very clearly how to cite things, and there is no, again, you can all have A's. There is no reason to be doing this, to be cheating. So don't. And it's kind of hard with the way this class is structured to cheat in the first place, particularly with the reflective essay. If you're telling me about somebody else's journey, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, here it is. College, since taught cheating and plagiarizing on any assignment will fail the course. Okay, we're to the horrible dry stuff that the college makes me put in. This is a general education course. Good.
Thank you.
You're gonna learn stuff, etc. This one's a little bit more important. If you have any sort of disability that requires an accommodation, you must address this through the DRC. I cannot change course content or give you any sort of variation from the syllabus unless you go to the DRC and get them to give me a referral. This protects you because then you have exactly what you need in writing. It protects me because then, I have reason to change the course. If I change the course and don't have a message from the DRC, I'm open to lawsuit. E-portfolio, do it. Good. How many of you hate e-portfolio, by the way?
Hate it?
Hate, despise, loathe, dread, want to destroy.
Passion, 1,000 burning suns right here.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I don't like, your instructors don't like it either. We think it's a waste of time, but that reflective essay I think is important because in a course like this, your experience is going to change from today to 15 weeks from now, and documenting that I think is important. How have you grown as a film viewer, learner, etc. And the syllabus is subject to change. That's just a boilerplate for me if I have to say, okay, the wiki is completely not going well, nobody gets it, we're going to switch to a 25-page term paper. I'm not going to do that, but I have to have something in there to keep that from happening. All right, if you'll hit the red button again, that should conclude.